And the Virginia State Trojans at 16-9, 9-5 in the CIAA. Lou Holder, Stan Luter, and Courtney Tate on the call, and we're off.
Very interesting to see what type of emotion Virginia State plays with. Did not have their best performance on Saturday afternoon in their loss to Elizabeth City.
Zach Newkirk. And here are the lineups. Newkirk, Fitzgerald, Hunter Whitfield, Rucker, and Love III for the Trojans.
James Love getting a start. He's been marred by knee injuries off throughout his career. Get the start as a senior night.
Bowie State, very young. Coach Brooks said this is a young team, but they're not selfish, which is a good thing as he builds that. And that's a nice bucket for Fitzgerald.
B.J. Fitzgerald has really stepped this game up. He always could score the basketball, but now he's putting together good offense along with great defense and also leadership. And although he only averages a shade under 16 points a ball game, they need for him to get a hot night offensively and defensively. He can carry. Hunter Whitfield's been sick last couple of games, missed them. Not sure what his rhythm's going to be. There's a foul.
Nice, strong moves to the 10. Mari Wimbush, and there's Coach Brooks, 11th season with BSU. Told me he still loves coaching. He loves the journey.
Well, he's a class act. Played at Bowie State, comes back and graduated here, worked on his master's, won 2 CIAA championships, and just not only. And I'm gonna be honest with you. These coaches are 2 of my closest friends in the business. I think the world of Lonnie Blow and Darrell Brooks and their families, and everything you want in a college basketball coach, you get into those 2 guys. It's been a rough year for Brooks, relatively speaking, of what he's had in the past. But they're going to keep grinding, and you can expect them to have a good effort tonight.
3-2 early on at the multi-purpose center on the campus of Virginia State University. Fadeaway doesn't fall. Here was Bowie State.
One thing that I thought Virginia State did a bad job of in Saturday's loss, and they didn't get back in transition. That's one thing either. But they stood around a lot. There was a lot of one-on-one play, not being selfish. They just stood around and watched Fitzgerald work. Other guys have got to get involved offensively.
Caleb Johnson with that bucket. Trojans inside. Joe Webb. Terrence Hunter Whitfield with the bucket there.
Pardon. Missed the last 2 ball games, and I'm not sure about one, how much stamina he has, and secondly, his rhythm. That was a good look for him to make that first basket.
There he is. Your player to watch, Zach Newkirk with the bucket.
Newkirk handling the ball. Solid player. Next assist will be his 100th assist, and just a leader, the glue guy, the everyday guy is what Lonnie Blow says about him.
That's bucket by Virginia State, strong to the 10, and that's Caleb Johnson with the foul. And there's Coach Blow, as you said, another one of your closest friends in the business. And he's in his 9th season with VSU. 2
CIAA championships at Virginia State, 1 in 2010 at St. Augustine's, one of about 3 coaches. And it's worth noting about the history that have ever won CIAAs at 2 schools. And Brooks is in that little small minority club of 3 coaches that ever won a CIAA at their alma mater. Jay Butler down at Virginia Union, Steve Joyner at Johnson C. Smith, and our own coach Darrell Brooks at Bowie State. So a lot of history when you see these 2 guys. A lot of wins also.
And that falls for James Love III.
Tremere Brown comes in for Love. Brown, very athletic, the junior from Phoenix City, Alabama. He's got to continue to finish plays around the rim. This is a very big and athletic basketball team for Virginia State.
Amari Wimbush. Coach has great things to say about Wimbush. Football player.
And he should, because you can say Wimbush has got a great upside. A couple times he's been CIAA Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Week, I should say, maybe Rookie of the Year. Yeah. But redshirted on the football team as a wide receiver at 6'6", 6'7". Good hands, can run. He's getting better and better as a basketball player.
And there is Wimbush. Doesn't fall. Here comes Newkirk. And that's a turnover.
Hard
by
pass.
VSU, 16 turnovers per contest. It's Caleb Johnson controlling the traffic for Coach Darrell Brooks. Bowie State. Quick to Drayton. And we're going to go to break in the action. 7-6. Trojans over Bowie State early. You're watching HBCU Go. Of our team, Courtney, with an update. Courtney, what do you got?
Hey, Lou, we've obviously been emphasizing the importance of each game as the CIAA conference wraps up. Now, with that being said, Virginia State is looking to land one of those top seeds in the CIAA tournament. However, they've been struck with some bumps in the road lately in their end of their last season. Specifically in that last loss to Elizabeth City, the Trojans were stuck with COVID and were missing one of their leading scorers, Terrence Hunter Whitfield, and another player, James Love. And you can imagine that had a huge impact in that last matchup against that team. Now they're back on the floor today, and we're going to see how they come in and how that emphasizes their win if they come out today with those guys back on the floor. Guys, back over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Courtney. So Virginia State battling through some adversity there, Stan.
Yeah, it's a battlefield.
Yeah.
They certainly missed Hunter Whitfield, but talking to Coach Blow, he would not use that as an excuse, having a couple of guys out. They did not play well, and they made a lot of mental mistakes and just didn't come ready to play, and Elizabeth City took it to them. It's a big win for Andre Gray's club.
Right, the journey to get to a tournament or get to a championship is just so hard. So hard. These kids have a lot of things go on, and health issues, and so it's just good to see people back on the floor.
Some of the coaches, I think, may have been down a little bit in protocol as well, but nice block there by Ranton. Followed that up with a basket a moment ago. Now that's what they missed. The guy that can score off the bounce and go inside, and Terrence Hunter Whitfield.
Bowie State, and that's Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson still has it. Looking for Quentin Drayton. 8 on the shot clock. Doesn't fall. And here come the Trojans. Zach Newkirk. Deshore Rucker.
Walk.
That's a walk.
But you see how quickly they pushed the basketball down the floor. They didn't get the basket. They didn't get the secondary break action. But that's what Newkirk does for this basketball team. He can set the tempo. Then you've got Hunter Whitfield and also Fitzgerald. When they're doing a lot of one-on-one stuff, they're not the best Virginia State team you'll see. When you see Newkirk pushing it and then working secondary to get easy baskets, that's when you're seeing Virginia State basketball.
And that's another walk. Back-to-back walks. 2 team fouls per early on.
One of the big bugaboos for this Bowie team is just unforced turnovers. They've had 14 games where they've had 15 or more. Had a game against Shaw a couple of weeks ago where they had 24. And then a win against Livingstone, they had 24. So again, turning the ball over. They need to maximize their possessions.
That's it was a nice look by Newkirk. Didn't fall, and here comes Bowie State. Anthony Carpenter. And Joel Webb went down the lane and was fouled. Stephon Roberts with the foul. (9-8) early. Trojans over the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with the ball. And Carpenter.
Carpenter's a good spot shooter.
Carpenter has the ball again. 6 on the shot clock. That shot doesn't fall. But Bowie State gets it again. An easy look for Joel Webb.
And they've got to have more of that if you're Bowie State. You don't get the rebound, but you keep the ball alive, and your Webb finishes with the dunk.
Trojans. Newkirk with the ball in his hands.
One of the missing pieces this year has been Mark Bradshaw. He's getting some action right now, number 0 for Bowie State. Gives him another offensive weapon.
Omar Wagunga off the soccer team. A lot of athletes playing other sports for Bowie State. And that's a nice looking bucket.
That's got to really make Lonnie Blow and his staff happy. Not only the fact that Hunter Whitfield's able to make the shot, but he shot a strong shot in rhythm off the defense. He pushed the ball down the floor, the secondary break, gets you a basket.
Bradshaw doesn't fall. Then they're running. Hunter Whitfield.
Yeah. He's a guy that can get hot early. Had 17 in the first half of a game early in the year against Fayetteville State, a game that we had on HBCU Go that they lost at the buzzer. But he's a streaky guy, and right now, 2 good knockdown jumpers, and he's running again.
Yep. And he's open again. Oh, Hunter Whitfield going in. Relentless, and one. Terrence Hunter Whitfield.
Talking about a guy that understands the moment. Terrence Hunter Whitfield. Unacceptably out-rebounds 3 Bowie State guys. They have a lot of players. They've got more guys first half of basketball than they have a football team.
Wow.
They got 20, 21, 22 guys, and he brings them in, and they play hard. And it's just about consistency. But Livingstone, I don't know who's going to win the tournament. If I did, it'd be different.
Sure.
But I don't know. But I'll tell you this. Keep your eye on the Bears.
Okay.
The Livingstone Fighting Blue Bears and them Shaw Bears.
Okay.
Just 2 teams that could be a problem for somebody down the road.
All right. Bears in Baltimore.
Yeah.
We'll be ready.
That's it.
Bowie State playing their last road game of the regular season.
Daryl Mackey, number 2 in the ball game, put in some pressure on the basketball. Much better defensive rhythm today than what we saw out of them on Saturday.
And that's off. And shot clock violation. Trojans basketball. And they're up by 6.
One, 2 pressure out of Bowie State. They'll handle that, Virginia State. They've got some good perimeter players. Mackey in the ball game can handle a ball. Tim Montgomery, number 1.
And there is Montgomery. Thought about it. Kicked it back out to B.J. Fitzgerald. That doesn't fall, and here come the Bulldogs. Working the perimeter. Carpenter. Carpenter still has it. In and out by Mark Bradshaw. And it stays Bowie State.
That ball did everything but fall in for Bradshaw. They really missed his scoring this year. It's been, like I said, been in and out of the lineup with some nagging injuries.
Bowie State harassed. And they turn it over. Here come the Trojans. Keith Duffin Jr. worked his way back.
But just poked his head in there.
Yeah.
Poked his head in there at the very end of the play.
Yeah. Sending Jameer Brown to the line. Makes the first.
2 knee braces, a knee sleeve and a knee brace on the left knee, and Jameer Brown, another one of those bigs for this Virginia State team. Has had some nagging injuries. Played a year at Alabama A&M, then went to Wallace State. But he's got length and athleticism, and when the knees aren't bothering, can be very, very active on the defensive end. Keeps the ball alive on the offense. Got 60 offensive rebounds going into the day.
Bowie State. Nice look. Doesn't fall. Here comes Montgomery. In rhythm for Fitzgerald, and that doesn't fall.
Easy there. Brian Wilson, who was one of those all-tournament performers in that last CIAA Bowie State championship that Brooks had. Graduated, came back after a year overseas and became a grad assistant, a full-time assistant, and just, you know, one of those guys that just gets it. You know, Darrell Brooks has had Cedric Baker for a long time. They've got a really good young staff.
Yeah. It's Love. (18-10) Trojans over the Bulldogs.
Similar situation in the first matchup where they just had mistakes so they couldn't score the basketball, and Virginia State had a nice working margin.
Oh, that's a shooter's roll. That is a shooter's roll by Kyrie Freeman Davis. Virginia State inbounding the ball. A nice inside movement. And it's going to go Bowie State. Coach Brooks.
This is Ja'Carri Wilkes. Watch Wilkes.
Yeah. Oh.
Keeps his hand right there. Yeah.
Here Bowie State. And that doesn't fall. And here come the Trojans. Montgomery. Tim Montgomery.
Nice. Tim Montgomery gives them some scoring. That's just an added bonus. We've already talked about the perimeter guys. Hunter Whitfield can do some things. We know what Newkirk can do. We definitely know what Fitzgerald can do. He's a bonus player if he's scoring the basketball.
Foul on the floor. Ja'Carri Wilkes. And
for them 5 CIAA championships for Virginia State, 3 for Bowie State. Virginia State don't like me to tell us, but I'm going to tell it anyway. Virginia Union's got 17 CIAA championships, the most in CIAA history since the tournament started.
Stan Luter, a walking encyclopedia.
No, that was up to the banners were up there. All I had to do was read the banners.
But you added context to it.
All I had to do was read the banners. They were up there. See, 18, 19, 16, 47. My man Harold Dean won a couple of those championships back in the day.
Bowie State doesn't fall. Thought he was fouled. Quentin Drayton, coach is like, get back. Can't cry about calls. And that's a short jumper that doesn't fall. A little scrappy, and Bowie State comes out with it.
Not sure if Love got hit in the mouth or whatnot, but as soon as he shot the ball, he reached for his mouth. And then another unforced turnover
he threw that
for
one,
Bowie State.
He threw that one to Courtney.
Yeah. And Courtney wasn't even ready for it either. Courtney, you're not going to get an easier pass than that the rest of the night. You got to be ready to shoot.
Trojans.
And then when the ball came our way, we were ready, right?
Absolutely. Well, no, you were ready. You saved me.
Got to get a shot up.
Yeah. Trojans.
Now, this is what concerns you about Virginia State.
8 on the shot clock.
You got to move the ball.
And one for Tremere Brown.
It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. Drive, stop, stand around, deflection, loose ball. Somehow or another, Tremere Brown, we told you he's got a great upside for Virginia State. He's able to get this and finish it. Take a look again. Head and shoulder fake, no foul there. Bobble, play through it. There's the contact and the strength to finish inside.
And Brown finishes the three-point play. 23-13. Trojans up 10 on the Bulldogs.
If you're Bowie State right now, you've got to find a way to solve the puzzle of the Virginia State defense. They're very aggressive. They're taking away cuts and drives.
Drayton doesn't fall. And here come the Trojans. B.J. Fitzgerald wanted that one. He was wide open.
And B.J. needs to get a layup. He needs to get a lip. He's trying hard to get a basket.
Oh, let him play. Hunter Whitfield, that one doesn't fall. But Brown. Oh, Rucker. Virginia State banging the boards.
Nice job by DeJour Rucker. Kid that played a season at Marshall up in West Virginia. Second chance opportunity. This is something Virginia State does a really good job of. And what you've seen in the last couple of minutes is Virginia State basketball. Good defense, force you to miss a shot, push it down, make a shot, and then if you don't score, just be patient and pound it inside. Virginia State, the number 2 team in the conference, rebounded with a margin of 6.
Also number 2 in the CIAA and 7th in the nation with field free throw attempts per game with 24.
Now they go to the line a lot because they play that physical brand of basketball. The problem is that they're not that good at the line sometimes, only shooting 65%. And this time of year, you've got to be able to find ways to score at the line, make those, and keep your opponents off the line.
Yeah, Trojans ranked 10th in the CIAA with 3-point attempts. Bowie State. Quentin Drayton. It doesn't fall. Eyes up for the Trojans. Fitzgerald. Step back. Fitzgerald. B.J. Fitzgerald.
Well, he's been on a hot streak as of late. And you just know he wants to go out with a bang and took a couple of shots, maybe not in rhythm. That time really worked it, got the good look and knocked it down and back down on the defensive side.
Oh, strong to the hoop by Wimbush. But here come the Trojans.
They knocked this down on a 3.
Oh, good look by Hunter Whitfield. Wow. Bodies flying everywhere.
Joel Webb with the block.
Drayton. That doesn't fall.
Let's take a look at B.J. Fitzgerald. And he's came into this game with 63 threes. He measures it, step back, and then the step back and gets in rhythm, and he knocks it down. And he's not scoring as much this year by a couple of points, but he's so much better player. Defensively, one of the top guys in steals. one of the leaders in assists. He's just got an all-around game as well as rebounding. Remember the name B.J. Fitzgerald. You may see that on Sunday afternoon TV one day soon.
Okay. Stan Luter schooling us on the future and the upside on one B.J. Fitzgerald.
Well, he's 6'6". He can rebound. Obviously, he's going to have to get a little stronger. But he's stronger than he may look. But he runs the floor real well. And, again, this year has made the willing attempt to be a better defender on the ball. And because of that, it's got him a lot of layups. And he's an explosive player. That's what I'm about to say. If he had knocked that three down, this place would have gone crazy. Yeah. And he would have been the ring leader.
DeJour Rucker. 29-13. Trojans over the Bulldogs.
Find a way to get a basket, Bulldogs.
Just over 4 minutes left in the first half. Wimbush, but not on the shot clock. Amari Wimbush, the freshman out of Wise High School.
Yeah. He's got a chance to be really special. Yeah. I mean, I really think because, kind of similar in a lot of ways to maybe a Fitzgerald because he's got that long, wiry body, elevates really well, explosive, and the toughness because, he's a wide receiver on the football team.
Yeah. Still finding his way as a basketball player at the Bowie State level. Again, this team is very young for Coach Brooks, but they're learning how to compete and how to win.
Yeah, 6 freshmen, 4 sophomores, and a senior, couple seniors.
Nice bucket by Caleb Johnson.
Another young player, only a sophomore, kid from the Baltimore area.
There's Fitzgerald. And Newkirk back to Fitzgerald. Down low to Roberts. Doesn't fall. Roberts. And 29-17 is your score. We'll be right back. All right, thanks so much, Courtney. And she said it right there. The emotions of, knowing that your college career is winding up. It does hit you. It does hit you in those last games. I know when I played soccer at Rutgers, the last time you're with you're never going to be with those group of people ever again, and you're with them all the time, and to know that it's over, it does affect you in ways.
It's like I've always said, you cannot take it for granted. Live for the day and enjoy this moment, get it all over you. What are you going to do next week? I don't know. Let me enjoy this week. Yeah. And I've always thought the saddest sight in sports, in college sports, was a senior sitting on the bench at the end of his game, or end of his career. NCAA, you get that shot. Seniors in, and realizing the time is up, and you think about all the hours you put into it.
Yeah.
So that's why you better enjoy it. So like broadcast, you better enjoy this game. I'm worried about this one.
Absolutely, and I'm enjoying the ride with you, sir. That was a bucket by Mark Bradshaw for Bowie State, and Bowie State has it again.
Slowly but surely, Bowie State's fighting their way into this basketball game. There's a turnover there.
Newkirk thought about it. Fitzgerald.
When Virginia State moves the basketball and they move people, they're a hard team to beat.
And here comes Bowie State. Mark Bradshaw. Amari Wimbush. Strong to the 10 and rejected by Stephen Roberts. Rejection there, Stan.
Stephon Roberts. We talked about the size of this Virginia State team and brought the ball low to high and gave him an opportunity to see the ball. That's great timing by the big fella from New York.
Bradshaw into Carpenter. That doesn't fall. And the Trojans ball.
It's a nice job there. Just kind of coming up and contesting the shot and going straight up to Tremere Brown. And he fades back and you make a 15-foot jumper or a 17-foot jumper. And then you don't hit anything. So, and these are the things with the length that you see out of Virginia State that you've come to expect. They're playing much better basketball than they did a couple of days ago. And I think, Coach Blow and his staff really did a great job in getting their guys to see you've got to play hard every possession. Kind of like we said about being a senior, you got to play hard every possession. You can't take a possession off.
Absolutely.
Nice
Roberts
pass.
Inside, doesn't fall. Here comes Bowie State. Wimbush. Oh, that's a goaltend.
Robert Smith.
When you download the HBCU Go app, you'll get the best in black college sports and an array of on-demand programming that celebrates the black culture. Download it today. Here comes Bowie State.
Bowie State a chance to cut it under 10.
Wimbush does not fall. Thought he was fouled.
He acknowledged it to Coach Brooks. He said, "My bad." Like, maybe not in my range. Maybe not the shot that. Right. He's only made 2 threes all year. Came in 2 of 22, so may not have been the shot that we wanted out of you. But I love his athleticism and his ability, and he recognized it. My bad. Right. He goes back and plays.
Right. And that doesn't fall, and here comes Quentin Drayton. There's Wimbush. Yeah. And that's his wheelhouse right there.
Yeah. And that's what I love. That's what I love about a player like that. Is that he took the shot, he recognized that might not have been his shot. He comes back on the other end, plays, runs the floor, and in transition gets the chance to go inside and score, and he goes to the free throw line. That's a smart play. You can build your program with players and plays like that from the freshmen.
Misses the first. Amari Wimbush will have a second.
He'll get bigger and he'll get stronger, and just to see what happens with as far as his football career goes. He can be a two-sport player. They've had a couple of two-sport players at Bowie State, so I'd be surprised if he's scoring a touchdown one day and dunking on somebody the next.
Like that. Student athlete.
And he's a good student too, yeah.
B.J. Fitzgerald. Inside to Roberts. And that's a foul on Mark Bradshaw.
Virginia State's always had a history of guys that are long and athletic. They had a kid, Walter Williams, a couple of years on the championship team. Very similar build that could run the floor and shoot off the wrong foot. And, kind of was slowed some with some knee and leg injuries, but just a really superb athlete that could make plays like you see with Fitzgerald.
Stephon Roberts makes the first. And makes the second. And timeout on the floor with the score 30.
Claflin with a chance, based on what happens tonight and also Saturday, to win the CIAA Southern Division. What a great job for Breon Dunlap, who's got to be your pick for CIAA Coach of the Year.
Yeah. 2 cities, 1 university.
What a wonderful area. What a great campus. Like that Dula and just nice play there. That's it. That's that guy.
That's where he belongs.
Yeah, that's that guy.
Newkirk. Hunter Whitfield. And that's the end of the first half. Wow, what an exciting first half of action. 36-25 Trojans over Bowie State. And Terrence Hunter Whitfield. What a first half for him. 11 points, and 3 rebounds. And we'll go over to Courtney with Coach Blow.
Coach Blow, you were able to end this half up 11 points. What needs to happen in the second half in order to keep that momentum going?
Got to keep doing what we're doing. Thought we did a decent job guarding them. Got to do better against their drives, though. They got some right-hand drives on them, so we got to do a better job at that and just keep the ball moving offensively. We keep it moving and take good shots, I think we'll be fine.
Absolutely. We talk about keeping them in front. What is the plan defensively at halftime to go out and make sure that they come out and execute your plan right now?
Just be a little more aggressive. Be a little more aggressive on the ball so we can kind of dictate to them on defense instead of kind of letting them run their offense and do the things they want to do. I think if we can kind of, be a little more aggressive, we can kind of take them out of some of those drives and doing the things they want to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the next half. Guys, back over to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Courtney. Lonnie Blow, his team's up 36-25 at the half here on HBCU Go.
They're making fun of us. Oh, no. Won't let us marry under their laws to remind us we belong to them, not each other.
Like that scene from the 2016 reboot of Roots, there was a time when black people had to ask permission to do anything in the United States, including getting married. And even if you did secretly tie the knot, there was always the risk your family would be torn apart and sold to different slave masters. But after the Civil War, our marriage rates soared despite some plantation owners fighting legal unions as a way to try to keep black farm workers in line. However, it didn't work. And by the 1950s and 60s, we began to see positive images of black love on full display. From Martin and Coretta to Malcolm and Betty to Ruby Dee and Ossie.
Okay, George, what's this all about?
I want you to hear all the reasons why Weezy's lucky to be married to me.
Oh, well, this won't take long.
Then came along popular sitcoms like The Jeffersons, Good Times, and The Cosby Show, featuring black couples in strong, healthy relationships. But it was this scene from a different world that absolutely made us all swoon.
Whitley! Whitley!
I'm sorry, passengers only.
Whitley! Marry me!
By the 2000s, in true fairy tale fashion, America's first black president and his wife left us rooting for their love as they danced at their first inaugural ball. Love is what has kept our community strong. It's what keeps us going when this world drains us dry. And despite the stereotypes about it, black love is fierce, it perseveres, and it is real.
New on the Griot, Masters of the Game.
You have to take it down. I need my name up there.
Are you now the best coach that you've ever been?
I think I'm better each year.
One-on-one interviews with black people who dominate the game.
You got to have guts.
You can't go questioning whether or not you're doing it right.
I got a lot to accomplish, but nothing to prove.
Masters of the Game. This Friday at 8 p.m. right here on The Griot. Check your local listings.
It's halftime in Virginia between the Bulldogs of Bowie State and the Trojans of Virginia State. Welcome inside our Go Time studios. The third annual EA Sports Madden NFL HBCU tournament was held in Phoenix during Super Bowl week. 13 players from 9 different schools participated in the competition, which handed out $70,000 in cash and prizes, including tickets to the big game for all the finalists. On Friday, Deshaun Wade Niclose, whose gaming handle is the Real Suave of North Carolina A&T, squared off against Sharik Sincere Rutledge, a.k.a. Gla Shells of Livingstone. Niclose, seen on the right, guided the Green Bay Packers to a 21-10 victory. Congratulations to the Real Suave and all of the competitors this year. Stick around. Halftime continues after this.
Sarah Bartman was a South African woman who was paraded around Europe in the 1800s so her black body could be eyeballed and exploited. She was even sold to an exhibitor in France who put her on display where she would oftentimes face sexual abuse. Bartman died at the age of 26 in 1815, but some of her body parts were still displayed in a museum until 1974. Former South African President Nelson Mandela had her remains returned to her homeland and buried in 2002.
Time get to running. My time's right now, y'all coming. We ain't never gonna lose. No discussion, I ain't never backing down. Game time, push the button. 5, 4, 3.
Tune in to Saturday's doubleheader as the Alcorn State University Braves take on the Jackson State University Tigers. Download and watch HBCU Go on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also available on HBCUGo.tv, Rio, and Sports.tv.
Greetings from the historical Howard Theater. My name is Curtis Simon, CEO of HBCU Go. We're proud to partner with theaters in presenting the film Freedom Path, opening theaters nationwide on February 3rd. To show our continued commitment to the HBCU community, a portion of every ticket sold to Freedom Path will be donated to underfunded historical black colleges and universities. So come celebrate Black History Month in theaters by seeing Freedom Path, the film that celebrates the power of human spirit.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the details.
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Go to streamtwc.com to start your free 7-day trial.
Howdy and welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta.
What's up, Philly? Hi there, Phoenix.
Finally, the sunshine looks to be returning.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
Hey there, it's Friday. I'm Sasha. You're high above Hollywood. Local Now, where you are is where it's at.
It's halftime in Petersburg, Virginia, between Bowie State and Virginia State. Lou and Stan will get you ready for the second half after these messages.
Bold. It begins in your soul. It moves you, empowers you. It comes from shared knowledge, from community. Bold is born at Bowie State University. It's how we prepare students to break barriers and change the world. It's an affordable, world-class education focused on nurturing those ready to take charge. So, bring your bold. Visit Bowie State University today, on campus or online. Bowie State University. Taking tomorrow boldly.
I'm political scientist, author, and professor Dr. Christina Greer, and I'm host of The Blackest Questions on the Grio's Black Podcast Network. This person invented ranch dressing around 1950. Who are they?
I have no idea.
This all began as an exclusive Black History trivia party at my home in Harlem with family and friends. And they got so popular, it seemed only right to share the fun with our Griot listeners. Each week, we invite a familiar face on the podcast to play. What was the name of the person who was an enslaved chief cook for George Washington and later ran away to freedom?
No, this is why I like doing stuff with you, because I leave educated. I was not taught this in Alabama public schools.
Question number 3, you ready?
Yes. Let me try to redeem myself.
How did we go from Kwanzaa to like these obscure...
Forward, darling.
This is like the New York Times crossword from a Monday to a Saturday.
Right or wrong, because all we care about is the journey and having some fun while we do it.
I'm excited and also a little nervous.
Oh, listen, no need to be nervous. And as I tell all of my guests, this is an opportunity for us to educate ourselves because Black history is American history.
LaToya Cantrell?
That's right, Mayor LaToya Cantrell.
Hercules Posey.
Born in 1754, and he was a member of the Mount Vernon slave community, widely admired for his culinary skills.
I'm going to guess Afro-punk.
Close. It's Afro Nation. So last year, according to my research, it's Samuel Wilson, a.k.a. Falcon.
Wrong. Wrong. I am disputing this. I just don't know nothing today. I'm going to pour myself a little water while you tell me the answer.
The answer is Seneca Village, which began in 1825 with the purchase of land by a trustee of the AME Zion Church. So give us a follow, subscribe, and join us on The Blackest Questions.
New on the Griot, Masters of the Game.
Started at SNL, I was responsible for like 2 sketches a week. I held it down for like 6 years. It was a run. I paid attention to Eddie, even Keenan was brilliant back in the day. I was very aware of like him presenting what he thought was funny at a high level. You got to know it to have the confidence to do it without stumbling. Comedy is very unforgiving. Little distractions can throw people off the reaction that you want from them.
Every Friday at 8 p.m. right here on The Griot. Check your local listings.
36-25, Virginia State over Bowie State in the men's game of the doubleheader, and we showed the men being honored earlier. Now some of the women's players and the managers being honored on Senior Day for Virginia State. We'll be back with second half action when we return.
On the Griot, Masters of the Game.
Started at SNL, I was responsible for like 2 sketches a week. I held it down for like 6 years. It was a run. I paid attention to Eddie, even Keenan was brilliant back in the day. I was very aware of like him presenting what he thought was funny at a high level. You got to know it to have the confidence to do it without stumbling. Comedy is very unforgiving. Little distractions can throw people off the reaction that you want from them.
Every Friday at 8 p.m. right here on The Griot. Check your local listings. New on the Griot, Masters of the Game.
You have to take it down. I need my name up there.
Are you now the best coach that you've ever been?
I think I'm better each year.
One-on-one interviews with black people who dominate the game.
You got to have guts.
You can't go questioning whether or not you're doing it right.
I got a lot to accomplish, but nothing to prove.
Masters of the Game. This Friday at 8 p.m. right here on The Griot. Check your local listings.
It's game time. Each week, tune in to HBCU Go as we take basketball to new heights. Featuring the best hoop stars in black college sports. Download and watch HBCU Go on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also available on hbcugo.tv, The Griot, and sports.tv.
Give me a verse. Throw something at me.
You never thought that hip-hop would take it this far.
Where else? Come on.
You know, America's a great country. We've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. And, you know, the Notorious B.I.G., of course, I quote him frequently.
Yeah, you do.
And it was an honor to be able to do so on the floor of the House of Representatives, just to mark the moment of the 20th anniversary of his passing.
I can't wait to make my recipes for you.
Let Recipe.tv inspire you. Voila! Travel with us to culinary destinations.
This is a pizza party. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Oh boy.
Learn to cook with our world-class chefs.
It kind of pops right up, and then you know it's ready.
I'm generous with these figs because I'm a bit of a fig fiend.
Here on Recipe.tv.
You're watching The Griot. Black News Channel is now The Griot.
They're having a good time here at Virginia State. Trojans are up 36-25. Let's head over to Courtney with Coach Darryl Brooks.
Hey, Coach.
You were able to fight back in it slowly but surely. What needs to happen in the second half in order to keep chipping away at that lead and get back in it?
We got to get the first miss. We made them miss first shots. They got second shots, led to 10 points for them and second chance points. We got to do a better job on the boards.
Absolutely. And who are you looking for on your team to kind of give you a start, an offensive spark for you guys to score some baskets in the second half?
Well, offensively, we need Quentin Drayton. He was 0 for 6 first half, got some good looks. We need him to get going, but we need to play with more flow, play with more pace, and spread and pass the ball.
Awesome. Good luck, Coach. Thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Courtney. 0 for 6 from Drayton is what the coach said, and I think that's where we start.
Yeah, but this guy isn't 0 for 6. He's 5 of 10, and that's Terrence Hunter Whitfield scoring inside. This is when Virginia State's their best, getting rebounds and then coming in transition and scoring. He's getting some good looks and playing with emotion. 2 things to note on. One is that Coach Brooks talked about the first miss. They've only got 2 offensive rebounds. They've got to do a job there on the offensive glass when they miss shots. They're only down 5 in the boards. Second thing, Lonnie Blow talked about continuing to play good defense. That's how they win basketball games. If they can put pressure on the ball, get some steals, and get some easy scores, it makes their offense so much easier.
Let's look at the first half stats. 36-25. What stands out to you the most there?
Well, the fact that they've only turned the ball over 3 times for Virginia State, that's a plus. Only 8 times for Bowie. One of the keys for Bowie State was TCB. Take care of the ball. 10 of 31 shooting, only 8 turnovers. They've got to do a better job in that, moving the ball, and then continue to find ways to score. As Coach said, there are guys that they expect to score the basketball. Quentin Drayton, 0 for 6. Mark Bradshaw, 1 of 4. Anthony Carpenter, 1 of 2.
Yeah. All right, get ready to start second half action here at Virginia State University. Beautiful facility, this multi-purpose center.
They've had a lot of things in here. Yeah.
They got
the suites up
suites.
top.
Man.
Presidential suite up top. You know, that Dula, but they've had great concerts in here.
Yeah.
Homecoming concerts. All the big name artists that come here.
Look at the scoreboard.
Scoreboard, yeah, both ends. This is a nice. They hosted the NCAAs a couple seasons ago at 2019 year, and all the schools would just marvel at this facility. And they, like I said, they've done a great job. Got new field turf out on the football field. And so they're rolling.
Zach Newkirk is rolling with the first bucket of the second half. Quentin Drayton, as Coach said, he needs to get on the board.
He's had a couple of nice looks. Ball hasn't fallen. Virginia State will continue to keep an eye on him. Another unforced turnover.
It's a turnover. Virginia State in the capable hands of Zach Newkirk. Over to Hunter Whitfield. Strong to the bucket by James Love III.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to have a breakout season, but just slowed by some knee injuries. The kid transferred from Kansas State, went to Eastern Michigan a little bit. But he can come in and give you some very serviceable moments. That was a nice play inside by him.
Wimbush was the bucket there. And Love with another bucket there.
Yeah. You can see he's got really soft hands. Just doesn't have the quite elevation that he once had. Shot block came right back to him. He finished.
Wimbush, the freshman, is not scared to go inside.
Nice little sequence right there for the big fellow Love.
That was a deep shot by B.J. Fitzgerald that didn't fall, and here come the Bulldogs. Duffin is open in the corner. They didn't see him. Caleb Johnson. Drayton falls, and here comes Hunter Whitfield. Hunter Whitfield goes to the left, and a bucket.
Bad break there for Bowie State. Coach Brooks is going to take a timeout, I think.
Yeah.
We need a little more love in the world. So
25-27 in the nightcap.
Good timeout. by Coach Brooks. Kind of get this team settled. Try to get them find a couple of baskets, stay in this ball game. When Virginia State's out rebounding their opponents, and we said they were a +5 at halftime, they're 16-2.
Caleb Johnson. Trying to get a good quality look. Here's Wimbush.
Block.
An offensive foul.
That's a tough break for Wimbush. Thought he had turned the corner. Let's take a look one more time.
Was he set?
I don't think he was in lead or guard, but I think he was leaning with the offensive player. Good play by Fitzgerald, but that's a tough break for Wimbush.
Newkirk to Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald gets the shooter's roll.
Yeah, and that's that payoff. That's the payoff that really, when they are playing well, make you pay. They get a stop on defense and then they score.
Quentin Drayton needs to get on track. That's 10 on the shot clock, Stan. Johnson trying to find something. Johnson doesn't fall. Wimbush is there and he's fouled. The hops on Amari Wimbush are very impressive.
Well, it's been a tough night for the guys that really score the basketball on the perimeter for Bowie State. Bradshaw and Drayton have combined for 70 of the 145 threes. You get to knock one down. But Wimbush is showing some activity. And again, this is what you can build on, I think. And this has been a hard year for Bowie State relative to their standards, okay? And so they've got to kind of learn and grow. We mentioned they've got 6 freshmen and 4 juniors and 4 sophomores on the team.
Yeah.
So they learned from this. Darrell Brooks is going to work them. They'll be ready to go next year. Brian Wilson, Cedric Basin.
Yeah.
So Taj Marshall, another guy that played. Amari George played for him. You know, Kobe Ite played for him. They're all Bowie guys.
Yeah.
And they'll be better. They'll be better.
Something to watch there, Stan. Wimbush was pointing to his knee.
Yeah.
Saying that he might need a spell. Something happened there with his knee, and he wants to come out of the game hobbling off. So we'll just watch that. Bradshaw checks into the game for the Bulldogs. Full court pressure for Bowie State. And Newkirk. Hunter Whitfield. Newkirk. Fitzgerald. That's smooth for Fitzgerald.
Another assist for Newkirk. He's over 100. He's got 5 on the night. Just running the show, making good decisions.
Drake still trying to get on that scoreboard. 2 shots coming up for Quentin Drayton. Quentin Drayton looking for his first buckets of the evening. Doesn't get the free throw to fall. Another coming from the senior out of Bowie, Maryland.
At 23 in the game a couple of weeks ago against Virginia State. Just not able to find the range today. Maybe that free throw will get him going.
Yeah. Quentin Drayton is on the scoreboard for the Bowie State Bulldogs, but they are down 50-30 with over 16 minutes left in the second half. And a scrum for the ball, and here come the Bulldogs. Drayton. And now he's starting to feel it. That's a 3-ball corner pocket.
Yeah, get the ball to fall in at the free throw line. You see it go in the basket, make that next shot a little smoother. But he had no hesitation that time as he buried the three.
Yeah. All right, and we'll break right here. 50-33 Trojans over Bowie State. Up for that rebound.
Yeah, and then he goes and I see, hey, I need some attention, and then he grimaces. Yeah, and so then nobody knows about your body better than the person who's got it. So, hopefully he's going to be okay. Courtney can find out about that.
Yeah. And Virginia State in low. Rucker. And you mentioned Courtney, Stan, and what you have there, Courtney, on Wimbush.
Hey, Lou, he's actually going to get back in the game in just a couple of minutes. He says he just bumped his knee a little bit of a stinger, a little bit of pain he felt. He came over to the bench trainer, gave him a knee sleeve and a little bit of a pain Advil, maybe to get the pain going away, but he just gave his coach a thumbs up. He moved down to the front of the bench, and he said he's ready to go whenever coach is ready. Put him back in, guys. Back over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Courtney.
Thanks.
On the spot reporting there, 51-33 Virginia State over Bowie State.
Great news. They get smiles. It's infectious. That's the kind of guy you can win basketball games with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad you know it's just a little bruise or a bump, and give him a little don't hurt no more, and he'll be back.
That's what it's called. Don't hurt no more. I'm sure
he get ice on it.
I'm sure he had that as a wide receiver playing for the Bowie State Bulldogs as well. Bowie State needs to chop down this lead a little bit. And that's a nice little bucket for Mark Bradshaw. But Virginia State right back at it. Banging the boards. And a foul on the floor.
Now, what you have to do if you are Virginia State is you can't be scoreboard watching. Go back into the same intensity that you had the last 10 minutes of the first half. Play basketball. Don't pick up bad habits, because you're going to need every bit of your fundamentals and every bit of being sound as a team Saturday afternoon when you take on them Panthers. They've already beaten you once, and it could be for the CIAA North.
Bradshaw with another bucket. It's 52-38.
And I'm sure Coach Blow is talking to his guys about that one thing: execute.
Trojans down low. And Bowie State with a rebound. Bradshaw. Carpenter. And a travel.
Nice little pick action there, Roll. And this gives Bradshaw a chance. Left-handed, kind of face and turn the basket. Much needed basket for him and for the Bowie State Bulldogs. And then they turn it. You can hear the coaching staff say, easy, easy. Before you could get the second easy out, they made another mistake. So just settle in, Bowie State, and you need to play with some solid fundamentals as well. They've got a big rivalry game at home against Lincoln.
B.J. Fitzgerald.
Just makes baskets.
Warren Magunda plays on the soccer team. The coach is more worried about a French professional team scooping him up than anything else.
Good athlete. Had some big moments early in the year. Around the Christmas done holidays, scored some points. There you go.
And that's a bucket by Jacoby Wilkes. Corey Wilkes.
Yeah, he's another one of those guys I think you better keep an eye on. He's going to get better and better. I keep talking about it, and the guy that he reminds me of is the Jameson kid from Bowie State that had a great career.
Woo! B.J. Fitzgerald flying in.
Just a matter of time. B.J. will give you something.
Oh, and a block on the other end. And Hunter Whitfield. Great series of action for the Virginia State Trojans.
They did not play with this passion, this emotion on Saturday afternoon. They didn't come ready. I know that guy wasn't playing, but it was a different team. Whenever Lonnie Blow said to him, hey, Lonnie, say it again to him. Who was that? B.J. Fitzgerald on one end, He giveth and he taketh away.
B.J. Fitzgerald, who Stan Luter said we will be seeing on other days.
Yeah. I mean, he could be the G League or it could be overseas. I think he's got potential. I mean, you can work at it. You get lucky. You never know.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean,
wow, often. Inspired play by, and there's the soccer moves.
I see you. I see you. We see you.
We see you. That's one soccer player to another. I like those moves.
Kick ball right there. But I love it. Diving after a loose ball. Don't reach for it. Dive for it. Get the ball.
Warren Magunda. Magunda. Warren. Nicely done. And a foul.
He's had 9 games where he scored in double figures. And I mean, he's a guy that we were talking about early in the year. Spotlighting, could score the basketball, and you already mentioned it, great footwork and a good body. He just got to continue to hone his basketball skills.
Yeah. One thing you know he's going to have as a soccer player is good footwork.
Yeah, no question about it. And great endurance.
Right, and he's happy. Soccer players are always happy when they play basketball because you get to stop for a second.
And you got 5 fouls.
That's true. That's true. 59-41, Trojans over the Bulldogs. Lou Holder, Stan Luter, and Courtney Tate on the call.
Good idea, just a little slow in making the pass.
Daryl Mackey Jr. checks in for the Trojans. And here comes. He's on Caleb Johnson. Over to Webb. Back to Johnson. Back to Carpenter. 12 on the shot clock. Magunda. Gotta hurry. 6 on the shot clock. Bradshaw! Mark Bradshaw!
Well, that's what they've been missing out of him this season. Like I said, he's been saddled with some injuries, not able to get in the rhythm playing, but he is a knockdown shooter for this Bowie State basketball team. And don't look, but they're closing in on this league. Get a couple stops and scores. They make you say, here we go.
There's a stop. Good hustle by Coach Brooks' squad, and there's the turnover. And as we go to break, please join us Saturday for another SWAC doubleheader. Alcorn State travels to Jackson State. Women tip at 1:30, followed by HBCU Go Time, and then the men, all made possible by HBCU Go Sports.
Battle of Mississippi. Now, that's a big-time rivalry.
The SIP.
You ever been Alcorn, Jackson State football game and a Capital City Classic? Oh, my goodness.
Speaking of Alcorn State, you know, we gave a lot of love to Jalen Hurts and you know, the black quarterbacks that were in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. But we cannot forget about Steve McNair.
Oh, yeah.
And Air McNair and what he did for HBCU football and going to the Super Bowl as well. Air McNair.
Great point.
His birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday to him. May he rest in peace. What a great guy. Fred McNair, the football coach down at Alcorn State's taken to a couple of celebration bowls over the last few years. They do a great job down there on the reservation.
Yeah. So
Alcorn State. Can't get there from here, but when you get there, you have a great time.
Mm-hmm. A lot of Doug Williams and Steve McNair and so many HBCUs.
Shaq Harris. That's the originator of the originator.
Yeah.
And a guy that just passed away not too long ago that didn't attend HBCU, but Marlon Briscoe, who was a wide receiver and a quarterback, you know, all that quarterback lineage. So it's great to see.
Yeah.
Great to see. And speaking of football, let's give some love. Good luck to Reggie Barlow.
Yeah.
Reggie Barlow, the former football coach here at Virginia State, won a championship. So them banners, there's a banner in here somewhere, football champion, is now coaching XFL team, the Washington team. I think they start this weekend. So,
okay.
I need to make sure I know that, because that would be a ticket for a ball game for me.
Okay.
I need to make sure it's right.
Stephon Roberts with the bucket. Virginia State up 61-46. And there's a foul on the floor. Tim Montgomery with the hold.
You talk about, this just came to me, and I'm going to get it, make sure I say it before I forget about it. There's a legend. You know about John B. McClendon?
Yes.
He was the founder of basically the CIAA tournament.
Uh-huh.
He and other guys put together $500, actually formed a tournament that we'll celebrate. But one of the coaches that was very instrumental in that tournament founding was a guy by the name of Harry Big Jeff Jefferson, who was a legend here at Virginia State way back in the day. And I say that to think about another guy that didn't coach here, but played here. There was Elizabeth City, Bobby Vaughn. And Bobby Vaughn passed away about 2 years ago. But Coach Vaughn was a Virginia State grad, took the job at Elizabeth City, formed that program back in the late 1940s. And, Virginia State, he was one of those coaches. You don't talk about him a lot because you talk about Coach Gaines all the time, but he won over 500 games as well. But you think about the legends of schools that we don't talk a lot about. Virginia State, Big Jeff Jefferson was one of the original coaches, football, basketball, AD, a little bit of everything. Was on that committee of those five guys. Mm-hmm. And Coach Vaughn said he always never missed. He said he was at school here and never missed a CIAA. He was a student at Virginia State. Mm-hmm. And so just things that come to my mind in a game like this when you come to places like Virginia State.
Yep. Let's look at that
backdoor cuts right there. They come to my mind. That's nice passing, good spacing, catch the ball with two hands, and a nice fish. And that's the woo-woos. Hadn't talked about the woo-woos today. I'm going to talk about them there, the woo-woos.
Those are the woo-woos.
That's the woo-woos.
And you went to the camp for the woo-woos.
Oh, yeah, that's a long time ago. Woo-woo camp.
Did you hurt yourself in the camp, or you came out of...
Of course I did. Of course I did. I can't tumble. I can't backflip. You kidding me? And they got that woo-woo split, and you got to have your hands right. Come on, you kidding me? I said I'd win. I didn't say I participated.
I got you. Here comes Bowie State, down 63-47.
Cassandra, who's our TOC today.
She's a woo-woo.
She was a head woo-woo one time. She was chief woo-woo. Paula Walker Johnson, of course, is the real woo-woo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot of great tradition here at Virginia State University, as is at Bowie State. And it's such a pleasure not only to do games and be involved with the games and the coaches and the administrators and the student athletes, but to just be on their campuses and think about what these campuses stand for and all the adversity of our forefathers to get them to have stands. So it's always fun. I have a lot of fun with this because it should be fun. But a lot of great history of Virginia State University, as was Bowie State.
And Amari Wimbush back in the game.
That's good.
As per Courtney's instructions to us that he would come back into the game with that knee sleeve, and he's back in the game.
Courtney's got healing powers.
Yes. Roberts at the line. And falls. And comes out of the game. DeJour Rucker checks back into the game for the Trojans. Here comes Caleb Johnson. And Amari Wimbush back in the game.
Got a knee sleeve on.
Yeah.
Let's see how active he is. That's how much bounce he's got in this game.
Duffin Jr. blocked by Love. Bowie State does not give up on it. Virginia State out with it and running. DeJour Rucker with the travel. Hair flowing. And the traveling call. Robert Smith in the game for the Trojans.
Virginia State team struggle to score, but like I said, Coach Brooks, in the last 10 years, they've won almost 145 basketball games and 2 CIAA championships in the last couple of years, one in 16 seasons.
Oh! The soccer player going up high.
Great feet, great elevation.
Yes. Constant elevation causes expansion for the Bulldogs.
You want to run that by me again?
It's Eric B. and Rakim. If you want me to run down hip-hop for you, I will.
I know you can. That's why I want to see. I want to see where you're going to break a move for me there.
That's right. That's Eric B. and Rakim. And that was a good try by Tim Montgomery. Look at the Virginia State Trojans banging the boards. Look at the ups. Coach loves it. So do we.
He's only 6'2". We saw a good example there of Virginia State being Virginia State, just relentless on the boards with Rucker doing what he's trying to do. Robert Smith in the ball game at 6'6". They're long and they're athletic, and when they play like this, they are a very difficult team to beat.
Magunda out of Pilati. In Prince George's County area. There's Mark Bradshaw. Bradshaw strong to the 10. Checks it out to Magunda. Swinging it around. Here's Wimbush. A lot of youth on the floor for Bowie State.
Yeah, Wimbush, the nice basket. Wimbush is kind of ginger on that right knee. When he cut to the basket, made the pass, you kind of see him kind of favoring that side.
Mm-hmm. Trojans trying to find that good look. Montgomery, 10 on the shot clock. Montgomery. Oh, nice bucket in for Robert Smith.
Smith, a kid, local guy from Richmond, Virginia. This continues to just be a banger on the glass, playing an inside game.
Oh, picked the pocket too. And another pocket picked. Up and down action here. And nice three by Mark Bradshaw.
Great hustle by Magunda to get the steal, push it down, and then Bradshaw buries that left-handed jumper.
And we'll be right back.
Big athletic fan has done a lot of things at this great institution. Dr. Makola M. Abdullah, and they used to, I don't know if he still does not, he's having a 3-on-3 league going at lunchtime a couple of days a week, and every football game's got his Jordans on right now, I'm sure, just having a good time. The number one fan, I mean, when you've got a president of your institution that cares about your team, cares about the students, and he's there. And Dr. Red there, and also Reverend Douglas beside him, who at one time I think was the team chancellor at the university.
Yep.
Chaplain, I was trying to say. I said chancellor, the chaplain. There he goes, there he goes.
And he's excited, got good seats. Great seats. He could be on the floor playing.
Well, he does. They used to have a 3-on-3 league. I don't know if they still do it or not, but it used to. And they would play, and I know a couple years ago at CIAA tournament, they had like a celebrity game, and he was one of the participants. And he played in the basketball game and came down and busted a jumper. They had another crossover. And as I told him after that, I said, you know what? Them other 20 minutes, I didn't hear no more about you.
See, Stan knows everybody. Stan and the president are now having a conversation through the court about each other. It's just hilarious.
He knows he's got the jumper. He said it's wet. It's wet.
Water.
What a wonderful man.
Oh, my goodness. Bowie State trying to get on the scoreboard here, down 73-55. Again, is it duly noted that Quentin Drayton has been really quiet, but he scores a bucket there. Nice
State just
move.
hanging around. There we go.
Bowie State on the run. Quentin Drayton. Euro step did not go, and here comes the Trojans. Alley-oop. Oh, did not work. That would have brought the house down. That would have brought the house down.
Watch this. Drives inside. Great block by your guy. Using his hands, not his feet. And you come back down the other way, and you want to bring the house down. They don't make it, but there's Wimbush at the free throw line. But it has been a difficult year for Bowie State. Relatively speaking. I mean, they've had like 3 20-win seasons under Darrell and the 2 CIAA championships, and they've always been a contender. But they, COVID, some young players, and they're rebuilding. They're reloading. They'll be okay. Right. But it has been a difficult thing for them to just not be able to maybe finish plays in some cases. But, Bowie State's one of those teams where I would not want to play them, next week at the CIAA tournament.
But speaking of Coach Brooks, dropped in on one of the practices. He said this is one of his better coaching jobs because the kids are so young, and he's just building.
So Darrell understands what's got to happen. The all-time winningest coach in Bowie State history. He understands, and he knows he's got a special team, a young team, and they're going to have some growing pains. But I'm going to tell you what, you better get them while you can.
Yes.
You better get them while you can.
Yeah.
That I know.
Most of the players that we've been talking about that scored for Bowie State today are either freshmen or sophomores.
Yeah.
There's Coach Brooks.
Class act.
Yeah.
Miss Sandy. Didn't see Miss Sandy today. Lovely bride. Usually comes to all the ball games. I guess it's a road game. You want to get back in late. She'll be ready at the tournament. Mm-hmm. I would tell you something, but I don't want to get you. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
See.
I don't want to hurt you.
There you go
Miss
again.
Sandy brought some nice brownies. And the thing about it, they were warm. She handed them to me and Scott at the ball game today. Oh, they were so nice, so great. And I shared them. Good play by Rucker.
Nice.
Always brings some great, always has some great food. Appreciate it.
No. BJ trying to work the rest there.
He grabbed him. That's the maturity factor. A year ago, unless things were going well for him in the game, no disrespect, just being honest, he might not have had the same temperament. But now, look at that. There you go. That's it. There's the payoff right there.
Yeah.
That is right there. B.J. Fitzgerald, what a mature young man. He's always had offense. Played at Norfolk State, transferred over here. But now he's putting the whole package together, and you're seeing it on display. Just smiling, just happy.
Just over 5 minutes left in this ball game. Trojans up 77-60. Nice pass. And the Trojans, this little jumper does not go, and here comes Bowie State. Drayton. Oh, offensive foul. Just a tough day for Drayton. Quentin Drayton, just a tough day for him.
Yeah, you like him with trying to get to the basket, but you also got to think about jump stop. Just jump stop right in the paint. Make a good shot. See it all.
Yeah.
Got to have a good picture in your head.
Right.
To be able to do it. Picture your face. And boom, knock it in.
B.J. Fitzgerald has the rock. Over to Newkirk to Fitzgerald. Doesn't fall. And here comes Bowie State. Oh, that's a good sight to see. Quentin Drayton.
Yeah.
With a bucket.
Off 2 feet. Any control?
Yeah.
Got a basket. Pressure.
Tough one for Mark Bradshaw. Tough foul there for Mark Bradshaw. And 77-62 Trojans over BSU. We'll be right back.
Get basket in transition, did a little back door, showing a little flex on the muscle, and just another solid game for Terrence Hunter Whitfield.
21 points for the senior out of Chesterfield, Virginia. And make it 23. B.J. Fitzgerald and Terrence Hunter Whitfield. Very dynamic duo.
Yeah.
And Newkirk. All three of them together. It's going to be tough in Baltimore.
Well, if they come out like this, they will be. Yes. You know, and they would agree to that. They know they didn't bring their best game. And it started with defense. They were dominating on the glass. You gave Newkirk an opportunity to beat Cook. You know, make it. And he's got guys that can deliver. And they did that. That's the 10th game this year for Hunter Whitfield to score 20 points or better. There you go, see?
There you go. It's like they know where each other are on the court. And here come the Bulldogs. Bradshaw. Mark Bradshaw.
Man, where has that been all season for the Bulldogs?
Yeah.
Man.
Zach Newkirk. DeJour Rucker. Back to Newkirk. Newkirk slicing. Nice little dip-de-doo. And Rucker's there to clean up the board.
He's just a physical guy inside. Really good hands there. Kind of relentless. Kind of forget about him a lot of times on the weak side.
Doesn't fall for Drayton, which has been the story of this game. One of the stories of this game. And here's another one. Muganda, the soccer player, getting in.
Well, Muganda's had a really nice second half now with 10 points. And again, this is Bradshaw. Really missed his jump shot ability not only tonight, but all season long. And off a miss in transition, able to bury a three-pointer. Before I forget it, I want to thank Dr. JoJo Williams, Jaleesa Williams, Dr. JoJo as we call her, the SID up at Bowie State. JoJo, thank you for everything. See you soon. And also my guy, Austin Bradley, who is the SID here along with someone else that's been moved to another position. So she knows who she is. I won't say it, but she knows. But we thank them all and all the SIDs for all that they do and all the work.
Oh, we can't do our job without them.
No, I've always said that. Overworked and underpaid, and we appreciate them. And the good ones, you know who they are. Bang them.
Yep.
And so we, thank you very much in advance of the tournament because they cranked it out. But with Dr. JoJo, we appreciate you.
Roberts with that dunk there. And a very, very long three there by Fitzgerald. A little closer shot. Doesn't go. And here come the Bulldogs. Under 2 minutes in this ball game. 83-67 Trojans up on BSU. And B.J. Fitzgerald. Free movies and great original programming. It's available on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire, or on your mobile device. Under 2 minutes. It's very, very emotionally filled senior day and night for the Trojans. It's like it will be a sweep for the Trojans over the Bulldogs. The women winning in the first game and the men up 83-67 on the Bulldogs in this nightcap.
And they got to be ready. They got to lock in and know that they can play better basketball. They did that tonight as they get ready to play the Panthers. Man, you're talking about a big ball game, Virginia. And anything they do, doesn't matter. Football, basketball, You know, when they had baseball, they did that. Women's basketball, Virginia Union women have won some national championships. You know, and they had some CIAA titles on the run. They do a nice job. And I think the game is in Barco. Is it in Barco? Yeah, it's in Barco. Wow. You better come early. You better dress light and come early.
Tim Montgomery slips. Still able to keep possession. It's number 4, Elijah Johnson in the game. Tim Montgomery. 10 on the shot clock. 8. Tim Montgomery. 4. It's going Bowie State's way.
Virginia State's assistant coach Ricardo Marsh and Randy Pulley were on the bench. We're talking to Blow like, well, we're trying to run something, get the ball right. So they're doing their job. And 2 young, outstanding coaches. We talked about coaches, you know, assistant coach Brooks' assistants. Well, Lonnie Blow's got 2 solid young coaching stars in Ricardo and Randy. So give them a little love because they have worked really hard to get this team ready to go today.
Oh, wow. Under a minute left. And Bowie State fought hard, but Virginia State was just too much this evening.
And when Virginia State's engaged like this on both sides, they are a very good basketball team.
Bradshaw's shot did not look good. And that's going to be your ball game. 85-69 will be your final. Coach Brooks and Coach Blow getting ready for action. There's your president. And once again, our score, 83-69. We're back Saturday with more SWAC conference play as Alcorn State travels to Jackson State. Coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching. For Stan Luter, Courtney